Hey family, welcome back to another episode of O to Behold with your girl Camille Young. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this video. Just glad to have you here. I've had a couple new subscribers. Hello, new subscribers. Welcome to the Holy Roller family. Look, y'all, I just want to talk about something that we all should be doing. I want to talk about stewardship. Okay, stewardship. Are you being a good steward over the gifts and the things God has blessed you with? God has placed in your sphere of influence and or authority, and are you being a good steward over it? And that matters. The Bible talks about it on several occasions, but one in particular, talking about the talents. You know, we talked about that before. But I want us to really consider, like, even as we look at our lives, you know, apart from, you know, your maybe a leadership role, or apart from money, any of that things, when you look at your personal life, are you being a good steward over your own life? Are you exhausting, or even if it's not to the point of exhaustion, you know, but when I say exhausting, meaning, are you using the gifts that God has blessed you with, or are you sitting on them? Have you become comfortable? Have you become complacent? And I've talked about this in the book. And that's what the L in whole, it's love yourself and lean into your talents, gifts, and passions. Are you leaning? Come on, lean to the right for me. What does that? Lean to the right, lean to the left. Cha-cha. Okay. But anyway, we ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about no line dancing right now. But are you really leaning into the gifts God has blessed you with, the talents that God has blessed you with? And that is a part of being a good steward. Many times we talk about being a good steward when it comes to money. You know, are you maximizing your money? Are you investing your money? Are you saving parts of your money? Are you using your money wisely? And that is definitely a part of good stewardship. But another, and to me, the most important thing, it starts with you. Are you being a good steward of yourself? Are you maximizing your time here on this earth, y'all? You know, I hate to bring in negativity, but so many things are happening in this world, and in our city, in our nation. People are passing away, you know, suddenly, you know, and it just made me think through, like, am I being a good steward over my own life? And then that does flourish out. You know, there are then you also have to consider the arms of, am I being a good steward of my money? Am I being a good steward of my leadership? People that may report to me, am I being a good steward over that? Am I wielding my power to control people, or am I wielding my power to help support people, to help coach people up? You know, there is a difference. And in my opinion and in my estimation, if you are using your power to bring more harm than help, you're not being a good steward of that power. Okay? If you're using your if you're not maximizing your life, and the O in whole is optimize every opportunity that is for you. If you're not optimizing opportunities, and not every opportunity is about a job, is an opportunity to support somebody, to encourage somebody, to speak positivity, to pray for somebody, opportunity to give and show, provide resources to somebody. Are you using those opportunities and optimizing those opportunities in your own life? You know, it always comes back to I don't care in any situation. You always, before you point that finger, you always need to bring it back to yourself. Always look within first. Look within. Because it's so easy to judge and try to condemn others about how they're not being a good steward, or how there are things that they could do to be a good steward or a better steward or whatever. Come on, let's talk about me now. Talk about Camille. Talk about you. All right. All right. Let's always be self-reflective and be self-aware and say, hey, it's unfortunate that this person may not be doing this, but let me look at my life. Let me make sure my ducks are in a row and my I's are dotted and my T's are crossed before I try to render judgment or a harshness on someone else. Okay. So I just wanted to encourage us on today. Let's be a good steward. Let's make sure that we are maximizing our lives, leaning into our talents, gifts, and passions, leaning into optimizing every opportunity that is for you. All right? Because if you're not going to be a good steward. You are not, rather, a good steward. Okay? And you will not hear that, well done, thy good and faithful servant. Because you want to hear that. Because God wants you to maximize your life. So begin, if you're not sure if you're being a good steward, start today. Begin to think through what it is that you are doing and have done in your life. Sorry, y'all, I got distracted. I was hearing some stuff. Okay. But yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's be good stewards. Let's be good stewards over the things that God has blessed us with. And so that we can hear that well done. And we are trying to be better than yesterday. Kia, I'm going to let you tell your story, but you know what I'm talking about. And those of you who know, better than yesterday. We got to be better than yesterday. Okay? And that should be our daily goal. All right? Thank you so much for joining me, y'all. I hope this was a blessing unto you. Be sure to share, like, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. All right. Be sure to order your book. Y'all, you're right there, ladies. If you have not registered for your LTY Women's Retreat, be sure to do that. And all of that is down in the description, y'all. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, God bless.